We're covering silver ground today with Keith Neumeyer. He is the CEO of First Majestic, joining me now here at the BMO Metals and Mining Conference, day one, and already so much excitement. Keith, welcome back.
The crowd is amazing. I think this is got to be 30% increase from last year.
Well, we have to say, it doesn't hurt that we have some big news coming into the industry here. We're going to talk silver, but first, need to get your reaction here. Barretts bid here for Newmont, which would form ultimately, if it goes through, obviously the world's largest gold producer here. What were your thoughts?
Well, look, I've said this before. It's now cheaper to buy companies than it is to build an asset. Look what we paid for San Dimas, for example. $300 million, and to replace that mine would cost 2 or 3 times that amount of money. And it would take you 10 or 15 years to do it. So why not just buy it? And that's exactly what's happening in the industry.
Let's talk silver prices now. 2018 obviously was a tough year for the metal, but past 6 months have been looking up for silver. I know you're one of, obviously, the biggest proponents of the metal out there.
Sure.
What do you make of what you're seeing here now?
It's interesting. I'm a little bit nervous because 2016 was a very unusual year where we saw a huge spike, from January to July, and it ended very abruptly, and so we had this 6-month bull market, and everyone was pretty excited about it, thinking it was the next leg in a new 5 or 10 year cycle, and then we were all proven wrong, and the miners started to invest capital, and from a mining perspective, it's tough because we're doing budgeting, and then we're trying to make investments, we're trying to build assets, and when you get the silver price drop by $4 an ounce in a very short period of time, it really affects the business. And we had to lay off about 1,100 workers in 2018, which is really tough to do. We are at when we took over San Dimas, we were about 6,100 employees. We're now about 4,900, and that's a big a hit to the business. And but look, we're bringing costs down. We're trying to deal with the current metal prices, and I think we're doing a good job. But look, there's a bid coming into this market, and I think it's the central banks coming in buying gold, and it's obviously affecting silver in a good way.
Interesting. So basically, if I had to ask you, in order to reduce that nervousness for you, like what silver price this year would you be happy with?
Yeah, I want to see silver really break through $17.50 to $18. I think that's kind of the key number because we did test that level in early 2016 and again, in early 2018, and it failed, and it got all the way down, as we know, to sub $14. So it's kind of in this kind of range where we're doing okay. We're making money at this current price, but no, we need to see a real breakout. Like if we see gold at 1,400, right, silver at 1,800, it's game on. We're probably into another 5-year cycle.
Finally, Keith, you have some news coming out of First Majestic this morning. Tell us the latest. Also, your stock up 15% year to date.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, we're smiling a little bit. It's better than what it was a year ago. So look, it's definitely the worst is behind us as far as I'm concerned. But you're right, we did come out with some interesting news today. We released 50 holes out of the Ermitaño project, which is 4 kilometers away from the Santa Elena mill. Brand new maiden discovery that we announced about a year ago. Now we have 3 rigs active there, and it's pretty interesting discovery, and it's going to be future feed for the Santa Elena operation, and the analysts are starting to catch wind of it, and the stock is up today as a result, so we're pretty happy about it.
So what's going to be your focus for 2019? Are you still on acquisition mode? We saw your acquisition of Primero last year. What's next for you?
Yeah, look, I think every 2 or 3 years we end up buying something. Right. So I don't think anything's going to happen in 2019. Okay. We're still absorbing San Dimas. It's a big chunk for us. It doubled the size of the business. We're producing somewhere around 27, 28 million ounces of silver equivalent this year. So obviously that's a big number. We're pretty excited about that. But we're really focused on technology. The mining sector is going through a lot of change right now. Due to the compressed margins, the mining sector has to change. And we're one of the leaders in innovation, and we're adopting several new technologies.
Like artificial intelligence, I saw there's one company from Montreal that's focusing on AI in mining. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, look, you've got these 25-year-old guys and girls that are being coming out of school, as electrical engineers, chemical engineers, and they're showing up, and they grew up with iPads, and they're showing up at these mines, looking around, saying like, what are you doing? And they're looking at all these old farts like my age and older, and saying like, what the heck are you doing? And they're changing the business, and I think it's going to be very good. The next 10 years for mining is going to be pretty exciting.
Well, Keith, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with us today.
Okay.
And continued success.
Good seeing you.
And thank you for watching. We're just starting our coverage here at the BMO Metals and Mining Conference. We'll have much more for you, so stay tuned to Kitco.com.